Hi everybody, I'm Jody Hand, Mrs. Hand Painted, and thanks for checking out my YouTube channel. I have a great tutorial for you that you can find fun and easy, and pretty much any skill level can try it out. We're going to be doing some really pretty bamboo leaves and stalks. These are really simple to paint, and we're just going to use one color, so just pick a green that you really like. I used sap green for my Daniel Smith watercolors for this, and any paper that you want. I'm a big fan of 100% cotton paper, but if you don't have that, just use whatever paper you have on hand. These are really fun, and just grab a round brush and let's paint.
Hi guys, I'm just going to quickly go over my supplies I'm using here. I have a 8x10 sheet of Fluid 100 watercolor paper. I have my palette that's super messy, but still usable, and my Daniel Smith watercolors here. I've got 2 jars of water, one for washing my brush off, that will be my dirty water, and one for my clean water. And I also have my Princeton Neptune brushes, and I think I'll be using my round 4 and my round 8. I recommend just using any small to medium sized round brush for this. And I'll show you here how we can do this bamboo. Oh, I also have a paper towel here for drying my brush off. So that is all of our supplies. And I'm going to go ahead and start with the stalks part of the bamboo. And really the only color we're going to use today is green, and you can use any green that you want. You could do more of a golden green, but we want to try to pick something that's a little on the brighter side because these are very vibrant. I am going to be using some sap green, and I'm just going to mix that in my green puddle here. And if you want to just experiment with adding different levels of yellow or blue to that, you can get the shade that you want. So I'm just going to dilute that a little bit. I'm going to have 2 stalks coming up this way, and then we'll do lots of leaves and stuff coming this way. So I'm going to start at the bottom, maybe up a little bit from the edge. I don't want to quite go all the way. And I'm just going to make kind of a long oblongish rectangle to start. And I'm going to curve the bottom pieces down and curve the top up. So then my next layer will match up. I'm going to curve downward and curve the top up. And you can vary your length of your segments. If you look at pictures of bamboo, they kind of have like a join area where it just kind of goes like this. So we could go back over this little gap here and just make a little kind of ridge, I guess, and where that bamboo joins, and it kind of has a little area where it looks like it's compressed against each other. So you have this little ridge here. And I'm just going to get a little more narrow as I go up. And we'll add another layer over top of this just to add a little more shadowing and do some more details. So okay, so just going to do those 4 pieces for this side. So for this next one, I want to kind of angle this way. Maybe have it coming from the same area as this one. And this one, maybe I'll do a little bit shorter segment pieces. And don't worry about this white gap for right now. Like here, I just was kind of showing you we can go back over this, but I just want to wait for that to dry because it just kind of blurs together if we do it too soon. Let's try and get that a little closer to that bottom one. Okay. Now I'm going to switch over to my round 4. Again, just still using that same sap green. And where you have some of these meeting areas, we could have a small little stem coming out. And then we could make some more little stems, just kind of randomly. And we're going to make some really thin leaves, just like that. So to make one of those, just start out with the point with very light pressure, apply pressure, and then release. And then at the ends of your little stems that you just made and along the stems, just make a bunch of random leaves. You can have some that would go from behind. Just kind of fill it in until you feel you have enough in that area. And I think I'm going to have another stem that way. And I might wait for that to dry, and I might add another leaf that kind of just overlaps that, just to give that a neat little look. Oh, it was dry enough right now. We'll see how that looks. Okay. Right now, I'm going to kind of do the same thing over here. We'll start up here. Now I'm just going to add a little bit more here. I'm just going to kind of have that fade up. Maybe even do that down here. I just decided I wanted to do that. Okay. You do it however you want. If you don't like that look, then don't do that. I just kind of wanted to have that disappearing off the page. And here I can have one maybe go a little more straight up. Okay, we'll just add our really thin leaves. I find leaves to be so relaxing to paint. You just sit there and just fill in wherever you feel like it needs one. Kind of feel like I need something down here as well, so I am going to have another little bit just coming off of this one. Maybe not do as full as this bunch was, but alright, so I'm going to go back over my main stem here with just a little bit more, and like we talked about doing kind of just a little more detail here along the edge, and I'm just going to kind of go along that edge here and just kind of add a little more of a shadow with that same sap green So we're layering. Just gonna make that joint just to get a little bit more detail here. And I'm just doing this one side of it, just a little bit more. I'm basically just kind of the width length of the brush, and then I'm just adding the shadow kind of where that joint would be on the branch. I'm just very loosely and quickly doing that. I don't want to go too crazy here and try to make some super detailed. It's just a fun little relaxing painting to do. All right, so I think I'll also just kind of make a few little thin strokes here at the top parts of these, just to add a little bit more dimension to that. Make them seem a little less flat, I guess would be my word. Alright guys, there is some fun bamboo. I think it would be really neat to make a little trio of these, and maybe you can have the ones on the right hand side be more left side, so you have your empty space on this side, and you could do an inverse of this on the left side, and then maybe something that's really full with maybe 3 or 4 branches in the middle. That would be a really, really cool look. You do a little triptych. So fun, really neutral decoration that you can put in lots of different rooms. This would look great in a kitchen, a bathroom, an office, a baby's room. Any room in your house you could add this painting. So if you painted along with me, I would love to see your paintings. Why don't you give me a little shout out on Instagram? If you post on there, you can tag me, Mrs. Hand Painted. Thanks for watching, guys.